Yeah, g'day folks. I'll just do a quick walk around tour today of the garden because we've got a nice blue sky morning, but it's going to rain for the next few days, so I thought I'll squeeze this in before the weather sets in. Cheers. The Grimmel jaboticaba, still sort of in a dormant state, probably should start waking up soon. And the yam pea wampy, very much on the way to waking up. The Namroy pomelo, loaded in flowers and fruitlets, and we've started doing our annual squeezing of eggplants and so forth throughout the garden. Got very poor clay soil here, so we put a lot of our tropicals up in the raised beds. Here's a longan, starting to come out nicely in parts. Here's the wampy seedling, going great guns. Next to the Sabara jaboticaba, looking good. The rice paddy herb survived winter, and now it's starting to shoot up, so we'll have some of that soon. And the sawtooth coriander along the back there has taken off again. The red shatut mulberry, it's pretty cramped in there, surrounded by lettuces and carrots and things, but that's coming into a nice tree now. Next to the bacon avocado, which dropped all of its old leaves, which has become mulch under the tree. But now the new growth is coming out, so it'll look nice and healthy soon. If we get a very hot day, I'll put a cover around it because it hasn't got enough leaves to protect itself this early in the season. And here's the Chilean guava, still yet to fruit. It looks healthy enough. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that one. And the strawberries, we invested heavily in strawberries this year, and it's paying off. As soon as they get ripe, a little one comes out and picks them off, so they're just everywhere. She might have missed a few. But yeah, they're that was a good investment in the strawberries. They're just loaded. That's only one patch. We've got a few patches around. The Lee Jujube, as you saw in my last video, going great. It's got about 20 fruit on it, flowers on it. There's some various peach, cherries, fig. The Hass avocado looking brilliant. We've eaten 3 off this now, and we're picking one every day now, so that's starting to pay for itself. Miniature peach doing well, dwarf orange, dwarf mandarin times 2, 2 dwarf lemons, a dwarf plum, that's the, forgot the name of that one, it's a Japanese one. New persimmon's got about 10 fruitlets on it and flowers. Pepino, really taken off. You can see how many flowers. So there's 4 plants in that little pepino section. I'll eventually make a more permanent trellis. This is the biggest persimmon for you, and that has hundreds of flowers on it. It's my favourite tree, but you can just see it's absolutely booming this year. Miracle berry under there, it's still green inside, but it's lost all its leaves. They should come back soon. It's sitting underneath Mariposa plum, dwarf, and it actually didn't lose much of all those flowers in my video a while back. It's got, you'd think there'd be 1,000 on here. On a little tree, 2.5 meters tall, if that. And we've been harvesting the garlic and the shallots. We'll have hundreds of them to get us through next year. The white sapote kampong, it dropped its flowers, I think a bit of transplant shock, but it's holding its own. Seems to be a bit slow growing, but it might fire up as the weather warms up. Various veggies, beetroot, and this is one of my feijoas. It's got a lot of, seems a bit sparse in leaves, but it's got quite a few flowers around it this year, so we might get more than the 2 we got off it last year. And I'm hoping when that grows tall enough, it's going to provide protection from the western sun. Apparently the black sapotes don't like the hot western sun, so while it's still young like that, I'll protect it with an umbrella on those 40°C days. But yeah, on a day like today I can just leave it out. So the former grass area that I turned into a tropical section is almost complete now. We just put some zucchinis around the outside there. We've got the Barbaco here, and that took its transplant very well because it's got new fruit coming there. The bananas now are putting out new growth, and the growth doesn't seem to get torn apart where it is here because of the protection from the wind. So pretty confident we'll get bananas off them in a year or two. I'll probably put in this gap here a cherry of the Rio Grande that Doug from Queensland sent down to me. So that might go in there as a little fill-in spot there. I'm not sure what this one's called. It's a type of an edible stalk that goes in Asian dishes, but transplanted that there. I put the Thai mango that died up top. I just put the rest of it in the ground. It's hanging on to some side shoots there, so might be okay, but I'll never prune mangoes unless it's growing season again. Even the Bowen, I pruned it in winter and it lost one side of its branches, and I'm not game enough to trim them off yet because it might do something else to the side that's still alive. So I learnt my lesson there, but the side that's still alive is putting out new growth, so hopefully it bounces back. Here's a dwarf fuyu that I thought was dead. Let's put it in this spot to see, and it's come back. And we've got a peony rose here, which is my only ornamental tree. It comes from a seed from my granddad's old peony rose. Here's a yellow Grummy Charmer. Some various things there, so to me that's a lot more useful than just a bare patch of grass. I'm glad I put that in. And here we've got next to it some sugar cane and spring onions. So this area is a work in progress. Everything's remaining in pots for now till a new fence goes up. But that's 2 tamarillos I've squeezed into one pot there. Let's grow them together like that. We've got various things here. Here's the seedlings Doug sent down. We've got Num Num, Cherry of the Rio Grande, and Guijabi, I think it's called. There's a tea plant. Some dragon fruits that I'm going to put in pots at the front as soon as Bunnings opens. And the coffee, the 4 coffee plants have really taken off there. And this mountain pawpaw, it loves the spot there so much that I'm going to leave it there. Let it reach for the sun. Tomatoes have gone in. So around here we've squeezed in some Vietnamese mint, some fish mint, spring onions, and this gets virtually no sun, so you can see how little sun you need to grow these ones. That's basically just reflective light that it's getting. Garlic chives, and then right through this area I've put in plastic pots and beds. So we've got lettuces, kale, ginger to the right. That's galangal in those 2 pots. There's my lychee tree, seen better days. And kangkong, which we got off to an early start by protecting it just on those cold nights. We just put a cover on those 2 pots, but we should have a lot of kangkong this year. Move over here, and I've put the trellis over a water tank, which will protect the water tank from those hot days, but also we can grow long melons up there. So there's no dead space in the garden. Seems to be a bit of a bird fight going on up there. Here's the young bird. Been watching him grow up, just nesting in there. Got a nice little spot there. So down the side here we just squeezed in various things. I won't go through them all, but they all come in handy. The property's only 700 square metres in size, and it's got a house, 4-bedroom house, long carport, garden shed, firewood shed, so the growing area isn't big at all. So we just squeeze whatever we can in, like these blueberries. They don't make it much past purple stage before a little girl comes out and takes them all. And pomegranate might not hold on to its flowers, we'll see. I relocated this black velvet jaboticaba. It wasn't doing too well where it was, so I've just put it in this warm corner here, which gets afternoon sun and overnight radiant heat off the bricks. We'll see how it goes. So this is the front yard, and 18 months ago this was all ornamental, just roses and things like that, and we've transformed it into an edible section, and even up against the wall there. So that's where the rest of the dragon fruit are going to go. I'll just have to finish off a sort of a trellis system there, but they'll be protected from the frost. Yeah, it's just all starting to take off now. The gyro persimmon's got 3 fruit on it, and the strawberry guava's got about 3,000. So the grafts on this dragon fruit are taken off. One graft there, a red Colombian, and the yellow one, the Isis Gold, has got side shoots coming out, so both grafts were a success. And yeah, the pomegranates are starting to flower. There's another Chilean guava that hasn't fruited, and the almonds hung on to a few. If anyone knows what I have to wait for to harvest them, just let me know, because zero experience with almonds. Here's some yellow lemon guava. First flower just came out today, but it's loaded in fruit. Strawberry, pine berry, strassberry, and more strawberries, and the 2 finger limes, which I over fertilized. I think I put too much nitrogen in and they dropped all the flowers, so big mistake there, but the trees are still okay. So you just squeeze it in wherever you can. These is Melbourne strawberries, just on the side of the driveway, and even along the front fence, some shallots and some garlic. So yeah, if you haven't got much space, you just have to make space. So down this side area, these things will remain in pots for a year or two. But got the yellow jaboticaba, the Oriana cross Papantra jaboticaba, starting to look healthy again. We got the red hybrid, the scarlet, And these two, there's another yellow Grumichama and black Grumichama, and look at the growth on that, how vibrant that is. So there's a little microclimate here because this is where I parked the car too, so the warm engine of the car as it cools down helps as well, I think. And lastly, the last little section, the Amman guava is finally starting to wake up. It really copped a hiding this winter, lost all its leaves, but bursting out now. So high hopes for that one. It's in a prominent spot. So we've got some more strawberries, and another one that copped a hiding in winter is the Jabacata coronata, the giant jaboticaba, but it's all still green in the stem, so that'll come back. And I'll just finish off with the asparagus bed. We've let it grow out now. We've even squeezed a little tomato in there, self-sown. And just want to show you how tall it's gotten as we let it grow out, which becomes a nice little filtered light structure and a windbreak. But I'm 6'3", and I can't even reach the top of that with my arms outstretched. So look at that. So that, I'd say next year we're going to get a really good season out of that. All that energy going back into the ground through the ferns. So yeah, that's it, folks. I just, while the weather was good, you can see how much of a cracking day it is. I thought I'd just yeah, do a bit of a walk around. I know I said it was going to be a quick tour. It ended up being 23 minutes long almost. Sorry about that, but as the garden grows, the tours get a bit longer. Alright, cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.